The Cricket versus the Alligator. In the middle of a sunlit meadow, where daisies danced and the wind whispered lullabies, lived a tiny cricket named Emil. Emil was no bigger than a button and had shiny green legs that sparkled in the sunlight. He was cheerful, curious, and always full of questions. But more than anything, Emil loved to sing. Every night, when the stars sprinkled across the sky and the moon glowed softly above the treetops, Emil climbed onto his favorite leaf. He tucked in his tiny feet, closed his eyes, and sang his heart out. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. His song fluttered through the grass, gentle and sweet like the breeze on a summer night. It made the fireflies glow brighter. It made the frogs hum in harmony. It made Emil feel like he was part of something magical. "I want to sing on a big stage one day," Emil would say with excitement. "I want animals to gather just to hear my music." But not everyone thought a cricket could be special. One morning, as the dew dried and the meadow buzzed with activity, Emil overheard a group of animals talking. Penny the pigeon puffed up her feathers and scoffed. "A concert? From a cricket? That's silly." The rabbits giggled. The squirrels shook their tails. Even the butterflies flapped their wings in amusement. Emil's wings drooped. He turned away and hopped quietly into the tall grass. "Maybe they're right," he whispered to himself. "Maybe I'm just too small to be noticed." That evening, instead of singing, Emil wandered. He hopped past the wildflowers. He jumped over mushrooms. He followed the chirp of frogs until he reached the edge of the meadow. There, the ground turned soggy. The trees grew taller and thicker. The air smelled like moss and still water. He had reached the swamp. And there, resting beside a log in the water, was a large, scaly alligator. His eyes were half closed, and his long tail swayed lazily in the water. Emil gulped. He had never seen an alligator up close before. "Excuse me," Emil said softly. The alligator opened one eye and stared at him. "Who are you?" the alligator asked in a voice deep and slow like thunder. "I'm Emil," said the cricket. "I sing songs. Or, at least I used to." "Sing me one," the alligator said, surprising him. Emil blinked. "Are you sure?" "I'm just a cricket." The alligator lifted his heavy head. "And I'm just an alligator." "Let's hear it." So, Emil chirped. Not too loud. Not too shy. Just enough for the stars to hear. The alligator listened quietly. His eyes softened. His great body stopped moving. And when the song ended, he let out a long sigh. "That was the nicest thing I've heard all week," he said. "You really have a gift." But Emil frowned. "Nobody in the meadow thinks so. They laugh at me. Sometimes I wish I were big and powerful like you." "No one laughs at an alligator." The alligator chuckled. "That may be true, but being big isn't always easy. I scare others without trying. Sometimes I wish I had a voice like yours. Small and happy. Something that makes others feel safe." Emil blinked. You want to be like me?" The alligator nodded. "You sing with joy. I stomp with weight. Sometimes I'd rather chirp than roar." Emil sat still. His heart felt light. Maybe being small wasn't so bad. Maybe his song mattered more than he thought. "Thank you," Emil said, standing a little taller. "I think I'll go back and sing my song again." And so he did. That night, Emil returned to the meadow. The moon was high. The crickets were quiet. But Emil climbed onto his leaf. He took a deep breath. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. At first, the meadow stayed still. But then, a family of mice paused under a mushroom to listen. The butterflies floated above the flowers, wings glimmering. The squirrels stopped collecting nuts. Even Penny the pigeon turned her head. Emil sang on. His voice wove through the blades of grass like thread through a quilt. It wrapped around the animals, soft and gentle. Some closed their eyes. Some swayed side to side. Some smiled. One little mole whispered, "That's the sound I hear when I feel happy inside." And far away, deep in the swamp, the alligator rested his head. He hummed a slow tune that matched Emil's chirp. A low rumble, but peaceful. The sound of two very different creatures making music together. From that night on, Emil sang every evening. And each time, More animals gathered to hear him. He never got bigger. He never got louder. But he became something even better. He became heard. And he never wanted to be an alligator again. Not even for a second. Because now Emil knew the truth. You don't have to be big to make a big difference. You just have to be brave enough to sing your own song. Even if it starts out small.